So when it came down to booking a trip to Queen Charlotte Lodge, it's the trip of a lifetime, and something like that takes a long time to do. We've been booking it out for over a year. We had it booked out from last July, and we ended up going this July. But the amount of time it takes to book a trip like that is key. That's one of the very fun parts about it is you can prep and you can plan, you can have everything lined up, ready to rock and roll before you even show up there. And that's the funnest part of really any hunting trip, fishing trip, anything like that is the prep work.
Destination?
Queen Charlotte Lodge.
How long are you going to stay in Canada again?
For 5 days.
Fishing up there?
Yep.
And do you have things with you that might remain? Any weapons on board?
No, sir.
All right, good day.
We made it to Canada! We're in! We're in!
So we finally got everything all prepped up. Ended up meeting my buddy Tim Hansen that came with us. I met him down at my work in Spokane Valley, and we drove from there all the way through Seattle, across the border, and went up into Vancouver. And that was an experience on its own. Vancouver is a huge place, skyscrapers everywhere. It's not what I expected whatsoever when it came down to being in Vancouver, Canada.
Catch some big ones.
Catch some big ones.
Woo!
And the next morning we woke up, first thing, we hopped on an airplane. We flew 2 hours over to Masset, Canada. And as soon as we got off the airplane, we hopped right onto a helicopter. And from that helicopter, we flew, I think it was a 20-minute flight all the way over to the lodge itself, which was an experience for me. I had never been on a helicopter before, and just, the anxiety, the excitement and everything involved with not only flying on a helicopter, but doing a trip of a lifetime like that. There was so much involved with it, and it was really cool. So as soon as we got off the helicopter, the very first people to greet us was the owners of the lodge, which I thought was really awesome, is that the owners are there to shake everybody's hand as soon as you get off the helicopter. We went and walked right up to the very top of the lodge right there. We had a breakfast. They gave us a little bit of a briefing on exactly what was going on. And from there we went straight out to the docks. We got our bibs all fitted. We got our boots. We had our rain jackets. Everything was all fitted custom to each person, so we were able to get everything lined up that way. And then we took a little taxi out to the driftwood. Once we got on the driftwood, put all of our gear on, and we hit the water that same day. Ended up getting on the boat, finally going out fishing after a long day of travel and everything else involved with it. Went fishing, and we had a really good day. We ended up catching, quite a few fish the very first day, which spiked everything up. You know, the adrenaline rush you get when it comes to hooking into a fish like that. The reel screaming backwards, everything's chaos. You got to reel up all the other lines. You got to get everything in the boat ready to net that one fish. And it's 0 to 100 every single time you catch a fish. And so just to have that the very first day and to get involved with that, you know, it set the base for the entire trip, basically the entire time. You always go back onto the boat. You go back onto the boat, you eat dinner, and it's a 5-star dinner. They're feeding you fancy chicken, fancy fish. They got the little swirlies around the plates and everything like that. It was something that I was definitely not used to. But it was really cool to come back and have a nice meal, go to bed, wake up 5 o'clock the next morning. They'll knock on your door, let you know, hey, come on up. Fishing's ready to go. So we get on the boat again first thing in the morning. And just grind it out. Every single area we checked was different. We fished over by Bird 1 and Bird 2 the first day. We were fishing over by some other islands the other day. So to check out the different fishing grounds and really target in on where the species of fish you're trying to target are at. You know, when it comes to the halibut, the lingcod, coho salmon, chinook salmon, you can pick and choose where to target these species. We found a lot of the salmon offshore, and we actually found a lot of the rockfish. Found a lot of the rockfish in shallower. fishing next to the kelps that's coming up right there, running buzz bombs. We were running all kinds of stuff. But it was just cool to have that multi-species game. Pick and choose where you want to go, what you want to do. And I mean, it all turned out really good. We ended up with a lot of fish. I got one really nice Chinook, which is the biggest Chinook I've ever caught. It was close to 20 pounds. Not a monster, but for where I'm from, where we live, 20 pounds is a nice fish.
What's it like to catch a 20-pound Chinook?
Yeah, I mean, anybody would like to catch a 20-pound Chinook. That'd be awesome. And then even the coho, Tim caught like, I think it was a 12 or 14-pound coho, and that thing was huge. You know, those coho are a ton of fun. As soon as you hook into them, they go straight to the surface. They jump out of the water. They're dancing. They're doing everything that they want to do, and there's so much excitement involved with it. To where the Chinook, you hook into one of those, and they go straight down deep. They go deep and they go out. You're spooling the reel. It's crazy just to read the different species, know what you're hooked into, catch the fish that you want to catch. And I mean, just at the end of the trip, everything really came together nicely.